Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. And in this lecture, we're going to update our getCurrentUser to now get the token from our cookie session. And we're going to update our to-dos to now retrieve the token and get the JWT payload to verify users before calling and getting to-dos. So let's dive in. The first thing we need to do is open up our auth.py file and head over to our getCurrentUser. And the first thing we need to do is just remove this token string inside as a dependency. Inside here, we're just going to pass in a request of type request. And under the try, we're going to create our own variable of token, which is equal to request.cookies.getAccessToken. And if we remember, the cookie that we save in our applications on our browser is called access token, which holds our JWT. So if our token is none, therefore that token does not exist, we want to return none. And we also want to verify that the token has not expired. So if username is none or user ID is none, let's also right here return none. All right, now let's go to our todos.py file. And let's go to our read all by user. And everything looks good here, except for now we just want to verify our user has a JWT that's active as a cookie. So let's create a new variable user, which is equal to await getCurrentUser, and we're going to pass on the request. And here we're going to validate if user is none or not. If user is none, we want to redirect our response back to authentication with the status code of status 302 found, just so the user can sign back in. And if the user is valid, instead of hard coding models.todos.ownerID to 1, we're going to want to say user.getID. All right, now let's save the application and reopen our browser. Let's try and go to our to-dos file real quick. And we can see it automatically redirects us right back to our login page. And that's because if we right click and inspect and we go to our application, we can see that there's no cookie. And since there's no cookie, we're automatically redirecting back because user is equal to none. If we type in a fake username, again, we just get an incorrect username or password and no cookie. And if we type in a real username and password, we redirect to to-dos, we validate our user with our cookie, and then once we validate the user with our cookie, and then we get our user back and we validate the user's ID when we fetch all the to-dos. We're also going to want to add this for all of the other to-dos that we're using in here so far. So I'm just going to copy this. And we really want to add this just about every single page. So our add new to-do, we need to make sure a user's logged in before we can add a new to-do. When we post the add to-do, we definitely want to add it in here. And we also want to verify that in our to-do model.ownerID, that instead of hard coding the owner ID to 1, that we get whatever user is currently signed in. In our edit to do, we also want to verify. In our edit to do commit, we want to verify. Within our delete to do, we would like to verify. And again, right here where we're passing in hard code of 1, let's pass in the user. So user.getID. And then also on our complete to do, we're going to want to pass this in. All right, now this is looking really good. And all these other extra imports we can just remove for right now. And again, these two red lines, ignore those for this tutorial. Let's save our application and let's just verify that once we delete our cookie, we get redirected. So let's start by deleting our cookie. And now in our URL, let's go to todos/add to do, and we get redirected. Let's now try and go to edit to do with an arbitrary ID, and we also get redirected. All right, and everything's looking really, really good. This wraps up our login and adding cookies and verifying the cookies on APIs. And I will see you in the next video.